hostility was so high, and they still decided to join our chat, and then we still had like a really good time. Like it was really down to earth. Cheers, like Jacob, chill out.
All right, turn it up a little bit because I haven't heard this part.
They still decided to join our chat, and then we still had like a really good time.
Wasn't he wall hacking too?
Cheers,
I didn't see
Jacob,
that.
chill out. Alright, turn it up.
Vanilla Ice looks a little sus, but get
I mean, you look a little funny too, but I mean, it's not.
Wasn't he wall hacking too?
So he says I'm not cheating.
Done, you got a mic? I want to interview on some shit.
I can hear it in the background of someone saying.
How to use it.
I bought
Wait,
it.
excuse me?
I bought it for him.
Go on. We
You
can
bought
hear
it for him. Oh, yeah. So, like, what kind of shit y'all got?
Hold on.
You guys are recording this, right?
So hold on,
Yeah,
pause it
so
real
gross.
quick.
What kind of shit you got?
I
Who?
can let you
and
know.
how
Which one are you guys talking
Vanilla
to?
Ice look a little sus.
So
I'm gonna I'm taking the video back a little bit because it was. Oh, let me mute this because it was playing through twice, so everybody can hear the interview. So I'm gonna take it back a little bit.
Like,
You gotta
explain
kill
who we're
any
listening
team.
to.
we
Your
were
mother.
talking to Vanilla at first, and the other guy, I can't remember his name off the rip, but he was like fixing his
I'm not
mic, and then
cheating,
he comes in about 30
but
or
the
40
other guy
seconds
is,
after.
So there's a vanilla guy. He's talking, and then
Yeah.
the other guy.
Was
And then the
he
guy with like the
walking to-
purple
Get pooped
crystal
on.
skin.
Didn't we see that?
That's get pooped on. Vanilla
Yeah,
Ice look a little sus.
Get
Yeah,
get
get
pooped
pooped
on
on.
was
I mean,
the
yeah.
cheater or
Yeah.
both of
Yeah,
them?
I mean, if not,
Yeah.
whatever.
Swear I'm not
Vanilla
cheating.
claims that he
can-
wasn't cheating, but
All right. Get pooped on. You got a mic, you motherfucker?
Jacob,
I want to
Jacob's
interview
like a
on
real
some shit,
interior.
dog. We
when-
want to know,
he's getting to the
what
bottom.
kind of shit you got.
I can let you
And
know
how
if
to
you
use
want.
it.
I bought
Wait,
it.
excuse me?
I bought it for him.
on.
You bought it for him. Oh, yeah. So, like, what kind of shit
Huh?
y'all got?
Hold on.
You guys are
stop
recording this, right?
Stop being so aggressive.
I'm gonna, yeah.
So I have a question. Like, what exactly does this give you? Like, what abilities do you have with this hacking that you're doing?
Hello?
I'm just gonna say this. I was like eating when you guys were doing this. I like walked away, so I didn't hear any of this interview. I'd be real interested to hear what these guys got. Like, why the fuck do you play video games to cheat? That's a real question.
like I said, just waiting to hear like towards the end what he says, bro. And I'm like literally like, how? What? Like, what? How does it make it that way? But just go ahead.
He's just playing with his mic. This fucking guy.
One second, man. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Alright, so what's the question?
What exactly, like, what abilities do you have with your hacks? Like, what is the bottom line, your abilities in the game when you have them?
You can pretty much fucking do whatever you want. Honestly, there's a lot. You can change it to like where people can't tell and you look like a good player. You can just
So
like,
he
do what I
admits
was
to it
doing,
right there.
fucking locking kids and shooting.
Oh yeah,
through
he was
walls,
open as
so
fuck
I'm
about
saying,
it.
You can do whatever you want.
Yep.
How long have you been hacking, and you think you'll get caught, and will they ban you?
This is like my probably like third day, and this is my first account. But if they shadow ban you, what's his name? Vanilla Ice has another account. He has like 5 accounts that are shadow banned. I'll probably just make a new account.
He just
Can they
keeps
even,
buying
like,
them.
hardware
So
ban?
that confirms he was fucking cheating.
Right, right.
He said accounts are free, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
right, right.
They're
Like,
supposed to be changing
That's another
that, though.
thing. Yeah,
Well-
it should be money. It should cost you.
Well, he actually tells you like even if they do a hardware ban, like he'll
Yeah.
tell you what he does like to avoid that. So, go on.
Even then though, like I know in Rust, like Rust still has a big problem with cheating, and the game is $40, and it's like people subsidize that by in-game currency, so they can cheat, they can get more money, and then they subsidize it that way and just pay for
I just
things.
want to say to Lee Boy in the chat, you know, we swagged out. Keep on going.
No, you can start the video.
Oh shit, Mike, we do have the same stuff.
Yeah, you can, but you can just get a spoofer, which is like $20, and you're not hard
I
to
have a
ban.
question. Hold on.
That right there.
So, honest answer. Why are you hacking?
Cause I got tired of getting hacked on.
Dude, it's so funny, bro.
So
Funny now is if you can't beat him, you gotta join him, bro.
Y'all ever
Like,
like
Exactly, bro.
do like
That's what we had a hacker on our team. Those were his exact words. If you can't beat him, join him.
Dude, it's like sometimes I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'm like maybe they're not. There
Well,
are, but I really do genuinely think that there
But,
are
like,
that many
It
hackers.
makes the game more fun, honestly. Like I feel
No,
bad for the
no,
people
it
that use
doesn't.
them, but like it makes it
That
so much
right
more
there.
enjoyable.
That right there. He literally says that the game is more enjoyable and it makes it
I
that
don't
much
know, it's
more
just
fun.
me. I feel bad for people that cheat on, but it's more fun.
But the thing
Hey,
is,
man,
it's
live
not
your
for
life.
everybody
I got a
else.
question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So,
Yeah.
do you think
I'll look
there's
at the
more
game
like
and I'll tell you my thoughts on
than
it.
aimbot in
Yeah.
Warzone now, just because it's less detectable? You know what I mean? You can kind of hide it better.
Yeah, I mean, wall hacks are. If I could pick one, I'd pick wall hacks. 'Cause you can. It's so overpowered. You can see what everybody is. So yeah, probably wall hacks.
and it's less
hacks,
detectable.
That's what I figured.
It's less
and
detectable.
yeah, it just looks like you know your
Well,
shit.
All right,
I guess
good game.
yeah.
Yeah, because you can just
I
list it.
understand why you guys do it, but it was thanks for the interview.
Later, dude. Yeah, I got you.
Later,
buddy.
Later.
You guys have some good games, buddy.
I like how Kyler
too,
at the
bud.
end says you guys have some good games. Like they're not gonna win every fucking game.
Well, my whole thing when he said, "I feel bad for the people I hack on,"
He
bullshit.
doesn't. He doesn't.
Bullshit.
Hashtag he doesn't.
Yeah, that's no.
My thing is this, man. When I play video games, bro, and I have a fucking good game and I pop off, bro, I love it because I know I genuinely fucking
Yeah.
popped off. You know what I mean? My skill was superior and I fucking put time into this game to be a fucking superior player. And when
Yep.
he said it's more fun, it's more fun playing. I'm like, dude, in what fucking way? What are you getting out of this? You're not even doing any of the things that are happening on the screen. It's all the software. So to me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it does not make sense at all to me.
No.
Like,
It's
why
bullshit.
spend hours playing the game to fucking basically just be like, well, I have wall hacks, I have this, I have that. It makes
Yep.
me good. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds awful. And the funny thing is, we were watching this guy, and he really wasn't that good of a player. Like, he was dying. Like, I have some footage from my clips where he was dying and shit, and it just shows you, like, if he were not to have those, like, he would literally be a fucking subpar player.
Well, that was you were watching him. You were watching him in that game too, and you could really tell like he wasn't that good of a player.
Well,
So that's
that was
probably why.
That was Jacob's POV, and like I have my own clips that I was watching in my shit where like he was like running out in the open and like getting killed and shit, and like I'm just like, yeah, dude, like that's just not what like good players do. Like they know how to play their shit, and he was just like, yep, I'm good, brrr, shooting through wall, brrr, and I'm just like, yeah, man, fuck that, bro. Like cool dudes, like congrats on them coming in and like showing some love or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, it's what's fucking ruining the game. Like you know what I mean?
And that it's ruining a lot of games. It's not even just Warzone, even though it's like
No,
more
I know.
prevalent in Warzone. Like it's
Yeah.
ruining a lot
I
of
mean-
games. Cheats are so much easier to get now. But I think the solution is to make it cost money. And the
Yeah.
problem is, even with that, you can get more in-game currency, like I was saying, and guys could just subsidize it, and it's not really costing them money. You know what I mean? Because they're getting more shit from the cheating.
So Dope PJ says the new game is getting anti-cheat, the new Warzone. So, and that
They
was
have
something that-
anti-cheat.
Well, so that was the thing I brought up earlier. Is like they run Call of Duty tournaments and they have anti-cheat software in those tournaments, and a lot of the players were like,
Yeah.
"Yo, like what the fuck? Like why aren't you implementing that fucking
Yeah.
shit into like the game?" So I'm hoping that they're working.
They don't
on it. I
really care
actually
about
watched-
us. Oh,
Well,
Yeah,
sorry.
right. I was watching a guy stream last night. Sorry for talking a lot. I was watching a guy
No,
stream last
but
night.
you probably gotta pay for like, or there's probably some kind of cost on them that they're like, fuck it, it's not worth it, and it's ruined their
Right.
experience. We're talking about Activision Blizzard here. They
Well,
suck.
Well, the
I-
title. Go ahead.
I was reading a new article. They're like, "Oh, we did something," like everyone was really eager to read the article about what they did about the cheating situation. And the biggest thing that they said was something that is insanely bypassable with what Josh was talking about. Like, "Oh, we're gonna make it so they can't get new accounts." Yes, they can. Like, they have hacks.
They're
where
always going to be able to.
when
find a
when you report someone for cheating, there's hacks that can delete the screenshot that it takes of your name and the footage, so there's no traceable evidence. You know what I mean? And then they said that we have another thing, and they're real hype about it, and it's the stupidest thing ever. It's instead of saying player so and so got kicked, it will say player got banned, and they acted like that was the hugest deal ever. It's like, so you just changed some text? Great. They're still gonna get around it.
And then
can
you
make a new
got
account.
VPNs. You got VPNs that like they don't have the same IP every time. Like
Yeah.
it's a real problem in video games. And I think a reason I've talked to a lot of my friends that play video games, and a lot of them, even I think Jake came in to the Discord and was talking about. He's like, I'm just bored with video games. And I think the reason why people are bored with video games is because they realize that it's like part of the reason of playing video games is to like challenge your skills. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's an even playing field. Like you know that the person that you're playing against has the same advantage that you do. And the thing that really kind of sucks is that a lot of times you don't know who you're playing with that has the same skill.
Yeah,
like, that's why people play any kind of game.
There's always a cheater.
You question every death that like occur. You're like, was that cheating? You got to watch every cam. Like it's a little too much. It's a little too much.
In Warzone especially, because I almost like don't even give people the benefit of the doubt in their skill level, because I always feel like I'm always thinking like, oh my god, this guy's a cheater, this guy's a cheater. Like some of them are good, you know, like there's times where I beam kids down and they're like, oh, this kid's cheating, and I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking cheating. So like I try to like keep it in mind, but on the other end, like when you talk to these guys, he's like, yeah, dude, there's just hackers everywhere, and I'm like, okay, maybe these guys really are just hacking that much, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And it kind of it dumbs down the, I don't know, it dumbs down the experience.
I just hope that, because I really do enjoy playing Warzone, and like I have seen a few articles where they're saying they're trying to work on it. I will say that Josh made a good point where he's just like, yeah, man, there's just always people that are ahead of the curve, and I totally understand that because they're always coming out with new cheat stuff. But I just like, for example, Valorant. Like I had to install a separate fucking thing on my computer that's running all the time, so I can't play Valorant unless Vanguard is open. You know what I mean? I will willingly download something to my computer to make sure that I'm not going to get against so many fucking hackers, because I do enjoy playing the game.
Well, I mean, look, you guys know I stopped playing Call of Duty for like a month and a half because I was just sick of it.
Yeah, absolutely. People just drop out of it. I've seen a lot of Warzone streamers switch over to Apex. Granted, whatever the situation may be, but a lot of them are saying hackers, you know what I mean? And that just is what it is.
Another thing is like a lot of one player games, nobody plays those anymore. You know what I mean? Everybody plays like competitive games now where cheating is prevalent. But like if
speak for yourself.
Right, no, and I know, but Mike, you're rare when it comes to that, because a lot of people don't play one-player games. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't like story games.
Well,
they'd rather hop into a Call of Duty match.
It's just competitive games are just so much bigger. Like video games were this big when it was like mostly like all they could handle were like story-based games, and then second you open up the internet and like Xbox Live was everything fucking Billy Gates said it was gonna be on that motherfucking stage. Like hell yeah.
Well, the developers aren't making single player games either. Like the only single player games that you're seeing are like, Sony obviously is Square Enix is always going to continue making their single player, but they do a good job with their multi-match online as well.
They got the biggest MMO in the world right now, pretty much.
Right, but a lot of the like you think about like some games that are like single player games, and they're just doing remakes of them, like Dark Souls, for example. Like they've made like 5 Dark Soul remakes, like of the same fucking game with the same. There's no new content in it.
Is that true? They've remade each one at least once.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm all for a good remake, man, but it's just I think the biggest problem though, like with I think people run into is that a lot of people have lives, they have work, and like the little bit of time they do have to jump on a video game, it's like they want to like do something that's a little bit more rewarding, and I feel like the rewardingness comes from like being good at like a competitive shooter because you're playing other people. Like don't get me wrong, I love Far Cry, bro, and that new Far Cry comes out, like I'm definitely gonna play it. But it's just like I have a few hours a night, maybe 2 hours a night. Like I'm gonna jump on with my boys. Like we're all gonna play some shit. Like we're gonna try to get some dubs, and whatever that game may be, Overwatch, fucking Duty, Apex. It's just I don't know. It's just in a weird time because like before it was all about single player games. Like that was all you wanted.
Well, you got games like and I know I've like beat this into the ground, but like Back 4 Blood, like that's gonna be a game where it's not like competitive, but it's still you can like play with your friends.
Yeah, I'm excited for that game.
And I like those elements, you know what I mean? Like I wish more games would implement that, you know what I mean?
Let's get it.